Hello, everybody. It's good to be back again. I seem to be getting a few good recordings in the past few weeks. This broadcast is titled Financial Support, August 10, 2016. And very quickly, I'm going to have a recording that I did while I was driving today. And at the end, I'm going to summarize about my financial support Spreaker broadcast. So go ahead and check this out. It's available on YouTube also.
Praise Jesus, everybody. It's August 10th, and it's about a quarter after noon, and it's been a while. This is going to go out on my YouTube. I will post it on my Twitter and Facebook. And I will also have the audio version on my Spreaker, Spreaker.com. For those of you who have listened to or watched some of my videos or seen my crowdfunding from GoFundMe several weeks ago, or actually from a couple of months ago, beginning in March, you'll see that I've been trying to garner support to go about God's business. And the Bible says about Jesus that he went about doing good. And I want to start with that, and I also want to start with what the psalmist David said. Your praise will continuously be in my mouth. That was almost a tongue twister. Your praise will continuously be in my mouth. You know, the past month and a half has been a very busy one. I finally set out with the minimal amount of what I was asking. I was asking for $3,000, and I got just a fraction of that. And the rest I had put on my 2 credit cards. But I still did what I said I was going to do to the best of my ability. My son and I are still planning on being into full-time ministry. And my heart is with broadcasting. Ever since 1990, when I started broadcasting with the then WPES AM 1430, which was in Ashland, Virginia. I was about 4.5 years at that radio station, Christian radio station, and I was 25 years old, give or take. I'm 52 years old now, and this was before the internet, of course. But I really grew to love and appreciate broadcasting. I even took an acting class while I was in college from 1994 to 1996. Got a 2-year degree in general education, and I was able to play in a commercial with Paul Hogan, the Australian actor, the 97 Subaru commercial. I was also actually able to be in a movie with Demi Moore, a movie called G.I. Jane. And I was really pursuing my interests, wondering where fate might lead me. And so I was able to play a couple of extra parts in that. And you know, I took a speech class while I was in college, trying to wonder if I had stage fright or was it just nervousness. But it really didn't change anything on my passion, the way I speak, the way I like to speak. In fact, I just listened to a 1992 cassette recording of my first public broadcast preaching message. I was 25 years at the time, and I'm like, man, that sounds like me right now. And so I just listened to that and put it on my Spreaker. March 31st was the last on-hand actual ministry opportunity that I partook in. It was with Franklin Graham's Decision America tour on his day at the Sacramento, California Capitol building. He's on a tour right now, and he is visiting all 50 capitals of the United States. Today, I actually watched his 20 minutes, give or take, from Idaho, and it was very encouraging and very moving. So, backtracking a little bit, we're now in August, July, June, somewhere between the beginning of June and now. I spent 24 days in Virginia with my son, and we went up to Oregon, visited my daughter, and then cut all the way across the middle route. Not really the total northern route, but we went through Idaho, Wyoming. Actually have my Wyoming t-shirt on. We went through Missouri. We went through all the states in between, from coast to coast, all the way to Virginia. We spent 24 days there at summer camp, where there's 10 and a half weeks in Ashland, Virginia at Calvary Campground. You can look them up online. They have 3 speakers a day for 10 and a half weeks straight. And my son and I, we got filled, we got encouraged, and it's a Bible school. And we just had an awesome time. We worked a lot, physical labor, ministered with people, helped with the ministry, and all that. Got some connections from Africa, countries like Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, some folks from pastors and evangelists from India, and all across the United States and many different parts of the world. France, Belgium, Mexico, you name it. So now we're back at home again, and I'm doing all I can to stay legal. And you know what I mean by when I say stay legal, meaning keep your insurance coverage current. Keep your auto registration current. You have to pay rent. So as soon as we got back, my son and I faced a challenge that it's the best kind of challenge to have. We have nothing but work. But it's outdoor work, landscaping, painting, sheetrock, drywall work, flood damage. I've been doing that. And I'm trying to save money, but it's hard to save money when you're paying rent and bills and everything. I own my vehicle outright, and it got me to Virginia and back. It's a 99 Toyota Tacoma. How many miles do I have on this thing? I've got 193,000 miles on this thing, and it is awesome. It's a 4-cylinder, extra cab Toyota Tacoma. Beautiful car. So I'm blessed with it. Even when I bought it when it was brand new, I got it on a lease, turned into a loan, and all that. Eventually got it paid off. The salesman says, God is blessing you with this car, with this truck. So I didn't talk to him about church or anything like that. Why would a car salesman? Well, okay, a car salesman will make you feel like you're blessed, just so you don't pull out on the deal. But he meant it. So it turns out, 13 years later, whatever it is, 16 years, 17 years later, this truck's been nothing but a blessing. So I could get to and from all over the place, but I need finances, and if I could get some backing mainly for my YouTube and my Spreaker broadcasting, you can look up my name, Michael D. Tobin, on Spreaker.com. Check out my broadcasts. I'm trying to get it straight, but I need to subscribe to Premium Services, which is a monthly bill, so I won't be limited on how many minutes my broadcasts are, which are 15 minutes. They used to be 30, but they changed it to 15. I won't be limited on how many broadcasts or how many hours. I'm limited to 5 hours of broadcasts right now, and I had to delete some. Regrettably, I had to delete some of them, but I kept the best. To say I kept the best, but they were all great, but I kept the most detailed, the most crucial ones. So please, go ahead. I will list my PayPal information if you would like to help support this, so I can do this as an occupation. And because I need to be able to get on a plane, to be able to drive anywhere at any time, so I can be where the news is, where the events are happening, so I can share in a biblical perspective on what's going on in this nation and in this world. So I will have my PayPal information listed, so I can do that. It's kind of heartbreaking, because on my way back from Virginia, I visited Texas, and I could have went to Dallas and ministered with the police department there as a chaplain. I'm a chaplain with the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team, but I had an assignment that I needed to check on as a possible open door for ministry. That didn't turn out, but regardless, I made it to San Diego in time to inquire in person, which was crucial about that, and it didn't pan out. I also, on the way before Texas, I passed Baton Rouge, and we all know what happened in Baton Rouge and in Dallas, Texas, and all these are within a 6-week time period, which ultimately here in San Diego, the 2 PD officers, police department officers, were shot. One of them was killed, and because I was working full time, doing labor work with a friend, I was unable to even go down to San Diego. I'm in North San Diego County. It's a 30-mile drive. I have not been able to go down there to visit or anything, and my heart is with reporting. So that is why it is very crucial that I will be able to broadcast any time of the day, any day of the week, and be able to go anywhere in the city at any time, in the state or the nation or the world. So that is what I'm asking, is for funds, for support, for sponsorship, so I can be able to do this as an occupation and as a service to the listener, and especially service to the Lord. So thank you. This has been a short broadcast. I'm driving right now to my employer's office right now, so I can pick up some middle of the week pay and pay a bill or two and get some gas in my car. It's a hard life. It's tough all the way around, as they say, right? And you got to do what you got to do to pay the bills. So, anyways, I'm not whining. Praise Jesus. His praise will continuously be in my mouth. God.
All right, I got a minute and 43 seconds left, and let me just go ahead and conclude this with a summary of what I was just now talking about. It was off the cuff, So previous Spreaker broadcasts have included End Times Bible Prophecy, which had quite a few views. I get to see the statistics, and altogether I've had like 1,000-something, 1,500-something views on all of my previous broadcasts. And as I said earlier, I had to delete some of them because I'm limited. But I've had guests such as Craig C. White. He's a Bible prophecy expert. Shalene Nightingale, she was a 2010 independent gubernatorial candidate for California. And those are some pretty cutting-edge interviews that I've had the privilege to do. And, the past 7 years I've been doing YouTube, Spreakers, and things like that, only on my spare time because I worked full-time. So if I could do all my blogs, my YouTubes, and all my Spreakers that I have done in the past 7 to 10 years, think what I could do if it was full-time. You really have no idea how much I go above and beyond for listeners. I need to raise around $3,000 per month so I can be where the news is and speak to and interview people in person instead of speak about what somebody else has written or broadcast about. I'm hoping my friends on Facebook and my readers of my blog can help me out. If you only donate to a cause once per month, let me be the cause of the month. Just in the and I even have a book that I published. It came out on Kindle on Amazon.com. It's like $4.70. And if just that would really help. You could go to Amazon and look up my name, Michael D. Tobin. And that is it's called Making America Righteous Again, From Bitterness to a Delight. And it has a whole bunch of stories on how changing this nation begins with us. Very positive and uplifting book based on a lot of my experience in the past 25 years. So just in the 4 weeks, I've driven cross-country, and while passing through Texas, I was unable to go through the Dallas area where I would have loved to stop through and pay respects to Dallas police following the recent cop killings and interview someone live. Well, here in San Diego, I was busy doing flood and water damage work.